Hey, what's up, incoming 6th graders? My name is Mr. Sponder, and I'm one of the choir teachers at Ankeny Parkview Middle School. If you're watching this video, you're probably in the process of deciding whether or not you want to go out for choir and or band for your 6th grade year. This video is a formal invitation to invite you to go out for choir, and it should give you all the details of what you can expect in your 6th grade year. Now, before I get moving too far, I want to introduce my co-teacher, Ms. Shunik.
Hello, all future 6th and 7th graders. My name is Ms. Shunik. You may remember me as Mrs. Bjorklund's long-term sub from last year or from some of your 5th grade classrooms this year. I'm going to be teaching 6th grade and 7th grade music at Parkview next year. I'm so excited to start singing with you all again, and I cannot wait until you come into our classroom next year.
So I want to give you some basic details on what you can expect for next year's choir class. Choir is an every other day class. That means one day you'll have choir, the next day you'll have off, the next day you'll have choir, the next day you'll have off. Now you say, Mr. Sponder, what if I want to do band and choir? That's great. We love having band and choir kids. One day you'll have choir, the next day you'll have band that same period that you would have choir, and then you go back to choir, and then band, and then choir, and then band. So every day you'd have music at least during one period. The other nice thing about choir is we're a no homework class. We hardly ever give homework. I think I gave maybe one choir assignment this year, and it was to go annoy their brother or sister on a song that we were singing in class, or something stupid like that. Now, besides that, we give 2 concerts a year, one in December and then one in May. They're both at Ankeny High School, and they are in a beautiful space that we get to perform our concerts. Now, I can keep rambling on and on about how much I love choir and how much you should go out for choir, but what I think would mean more is if I showed a few videos of your peers explaining why they love choir.
Complicated, all tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. They say it's all been done, but they haven't seen the best of me. So I got one more run, and it's gonna be a sight to see. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a dime, but I always had a vision, always had high hopes.
Hello, future Parkview students. My name is Meg. I am an upperclassman at AHS, and I am in choir. Reason why I'm in choir is because it's home. It feels like a family. I thought, well, I love to sing, and I love music, and I don't know, I just thought it was the place for me. And I think if you love to sing and you love music, then choir is definitely the place for you.
I'm
Bye-bye.
in choir because of all the amazing relationships and bonds I've made with other choir kids. Choir is an amazingly fun part of my day, and I never feel like I have to go to class, but I get to go to class.
My name is Claire Salmons, and I'm a senior this year. I've been in choir since I was in 6th grade, and along with choir, I also am a varsity football cheerleader. I'm in our varsity show choir. I help with our 8th grade show choir, Dynamite, which some of you might be in the next few years. I was a dancer, a very heavy studio dancer for a very long time while I was in choir and show choir. I have friends that play tennis, play lacrosse, play football, play basketball, play ultimate frisbee, play a whole bunch of different things. So you can balance choir and other sports, and actually it's really amazing.
Now I'm going to talk about some of the extracurriculars that you can be involved with if you choose to be part of the choir program. The first 2 I'm going to talk about are called honor choirs. If you don't know what an honor choir is, imagine taking the best singers from Parkview, and then other schools from around the area also take their best singers, and then we combine all the best singers into one choir, and we have an amazing day of music. Now in the fall, we have the most prestigious honor choir. It's called the Opus Honor Choir. Over 3,000 kids from all across the state audition to be part of this honor choir. Imagine being a high school football player and you get selected to be part of the all-state football team, or be a basketball player and be invited to be part of the all-state basketball team. This is the similar concept and the similar prestige as those events, but for middle school choir kids. Hopefully, depending on how this pandemic goes, we'll have what we call a Opus camp. That's where you learn the music and get ready for your Opus audition. Now, if we don't have that, don't worry. In the fall, we'll get everybody together and get the kids that want to go out for it. We'll get those set up and it'll be just as great. Now the second thing, in the spring, we have what we call our Spring Honor Choir. This Spring Honor Choir is a little less selective than the Opus Honor Choir, but is still a huge honor to be part of this honor choir. And so if you don't make the Opus Honor Choir in the fall, you have the opportunity to still be part of an honor choir in the spring. Now the last one I think is the most fun, and is something that you can look forward to at the end of your time at Parkview Middle School. At the end of your 7th grade year, we go on our music tour. Now some of you may remember from a few weeks ago, it's probably been a month now, but a few weeks ago, the 7th graders, me and myself and my co-teacher, Mrs. Bjorklund, went around Ankeny to all the elementary schools, and we performed a mini concert for you, encouraging you to go out for music when you get to Parkview. I think one of the funnest things about this tour is we get to break away from the normal choir music that we do and get to sing some pop music. If you remember from tour, if you remember that day, we sang a medley from Frozen 2, and that was just a ton of fun. It was great to sing. And then one of my other favorite memories from this year was being able to sing with my 7th grade boys, Take Me Home Country Roads. Finally, I want to remind you guys of how great it is to be part of the Ankeny Vocal Music family. From 6th grade to 12th grade, you are joining one of the best vocal music programs in the state of Iowa, and it all starts in your 6th grade year. Some of you may be on the fence and may say, Mr. Spawner, I'm a sports person. I don't do this music thing. That's fine. I was a football player for 10 years, and then I found choir. I found a family in the choir room. Now, if that's you and you want to be part of something like that, I encourage you to try it. You may not love it and you say, Mr. Spawner, I don't think this is for me. That's fine. No hurt feelings. But I at least want you guys to try out for it. Try it for a semester and see if you like it. If you've got any questions or concerns, I'll leave my email in the description below. You can check that out. Send me an email. I would love to connect with you. But if I don't hear anything from you, I will see you in the fall. Hope you have a great summer, and peace!